This is Kessis for IFLTV. We're in Sheffield. Big fight announced, 21st of June. Yeah, talk to me about it.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest fights domestically out there, really, now at the super bantamweight division. But that fool being done what he's done, so I'm excited for this one. And it's a fight I can remind people who I am and show take this belt off Shabaz. But big respect to Shabaz and the team for taking the fight. I didn't think they were going to take the fight, but yeah, we're going to be ready come June the 21st.
You believe that this is the right fight for you at the right point of your career, Mayor?
Yeah, definitely. Shabaz is coming off a brilliant performance against Davies, his career best performance. And when I watched the fight back with my coach Paul and Anthony, it was probably one of my career worst performances against Rhys Edwards out in Saudi. So I feel like I'm hungrier than ever and more determined than ever. And coming off the back of such a great win against Liam Davies on Shabaz's side, it's going to make my win against Shabaz look even better. And it's a fight that I can show me boxing skills and me skills and me high IQ in the boxing ring.
Obviously, just going back to your last performance, obviously your whole kind of build up to that fight was thrown into turmoil, and Edwards came in at the last minute, so you got to give a little bit for that as well. Yeah,
100%. But you're looking at me, taking these Edwards away, you look at me and and my standards are higher than that. But going back to that fight week, that was mad. At one point I felt like I was on Aldi. I didn't have no opponents. I was then when I did get the opponents, it's getting told you're at super featherweight. So I was on course for super bantam, so I had about 8 to 10 pounds to play with. So I was just up at like 3 in the morning eating Turkish and that, trying to eat up a little bit, so I didn't come in too light. So you bring all that into account, and also Rhys Edwards, weight above 16-0. I think that was his record. I knew as soon as that fight got made, he's a better fighter than Dennis. In my eyes, he's technically better than Dennis. So it was probably an harder fight, you know what I mean, on last minute notice. And you can say he's come in on however many days notice, but he was fighting in January, so he went in the worst shape of his life. He was still in good shape. He was probably sparring for the fight in January, but big respect to Rhys Edwards. He come over. I got me chance to fight over there, but next time I fight on a show like that, even my next fight, 21st of June, there's going to be a different Peter McGRAIL.
Last one, obviously SHABAZ MASOUD coming off that great win against Davies, as you said. But how do you rate SHABAZ MASOUD as his career as a whole, Peter?
Yeah, Shabaz, I haven't really looked too much into his career, but I know I've watched some fights of him where he hasn't really impressed me, and then I've watched his last fight where he did impress me. You won't catch me doing what Davies done that on Davies' behalf. That was it. He didn't sign up on difference for any minute or second of the fight. Played right into Shabaz's hands, but obviously I'm not going to say too much, but I just believe I'm a better fighter than Shabaz, so I'm coming to show that December, my last fight. Coming to show that June the 21st.
Right, we'll let you crack on. Donald Smith in action very soon, so we'll let you crack on with the rest of your night, and we'll see you in June.
See you soon, Coog. See you after.
Top man.